We gonna start eventually. Oh man. This man said I'll start at 3, 2, 1. You at Smack. There you go. Hey, there goes that man. What's up? My apologies. And now, uh-oh. There we go. Yes, sir. What's up? I like the track, the Pocono track. It's a big 2.5 mile, 3 turn track. That's like their big selling point. It's flat. It's huge. You got two really, really long straights, followed by, the tunnel turn, flat turns, and then a short straight. Um, Usually gives good racing, but it also kills brakes. And for some reason, it always ends up being a fuel economy race. I don't know why, but that track just always lends itself to fuel economy races. But all in all, it's a good track. I'm happy it's on the calendar. I know back in the day it used to be on there twice, like within the 2, 3 week span. Or sorry, 3, 4 week span. Hmm. Hmm. Pocono? Yeah, yeah. Not only was it 2 times a year, it was literally within like 4 weeks. Like you'd have a race at the end of, I want to say June, and then you have another race at the end of July, maybe or mid-July. I don't know. I'm not really sure why they did that. I mean, it always lends itself to good racing. So I don't know why. I understand some tracks had 2 races a year, but having them that close was odd. But like I said, the races we got this weekend were good. It's a good track, so I'm not gonna fault them. Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Ah. Yeah. Yeah. Amazing. Bad. Leave me alone.
Um, what is it called?
Here we go.
Craftsman. So, Craftsman, ladies and gentlemen, let's first talk about Caden Honeycutt, right? This guy, if we can be for real, this guy decides to win.
Oh.
That is a production issue. Get it
Hey,
together.
hey, before
Get
let
it together.
listen, listen. Before we start on that, I got a confession to make. on my stream. I didn't have your audio coming through. I was like,
People, this is what I got to deal with.
it's like I'm
This is what
talking
I
to
got to deal
myself.
with. This is what I got to deal with, please.
I got it though. We're good. We're good now.
This is what I got production messing up. I got my co-host up here. Don't know
You
what.
know, I'm trying. I'm
I
trying.
see my eyes are red, right? It's been a long day, but we
Your
here
eyes are
though.
red. My face is red. Look at all this. I gotta get it fix my camera.
Yeah, you gotta get. Yeah, you gotta mess with the little things they say.
Anyway,
But
Katie
no, like we're
Honeycutt.
saying,
Yeah.
Caden Honeycutt qualifies great.
Yeah.
It starts second place, right?
Yeah, he did.
Now, mind you, Caden and Pocono have not had the best relationship. Caden actually, if I'm not mistaken, what did he finish? 20th and 25th? The
When?
last two times he was out? Let me double check, but if I'm not mistaken, my notes say he finished before Friday.
Yeah.
I want to say
You know, these are the things you're supposed to check before you start the stream,
no, I did. I just want to double check it because just in case somebody tries me and say
man.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
It's okay. We all have production problems. I didn't have any voice sound like I was talking to myself. You don't remember where Katie Honeycutt finished the last 2 years. I still put
Last week,
I might mess up with worse.
it's gotta be where is it at? Where is it at? Where is it at? Where is it at? Boom, 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 boom. I gotta forgive me. I literally just looked this up and now I can't find where it said it at. Okay. I want to see how they have this. Like this is so weird.
What are you
This
looking for?
answer. His finishes at Pocono.
Yeah. You know how you find that?
All right, look at
It's
this.
okay, because you know what?
Find it. Find it. Go
You
ahead. Go
found
ahead.
it?
No, I
No, you
said find it. Find it. Go ahead.
I was trying to help you find it.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. You find it. Go ahead.
I was
Like I
trying to
said,
help you out, my friend.
I know
Uh-huh.
I have it here in my notes.
It's okay. That's what friends are here for, you know?
That's what friends are for.
You're ridiculous.
You learn about that before your time. A little bit before your time, but it's okay.
Please deal with the train wreck that we got going on here.
Yes, it was 20th and 25th last two time at that track.
You got it?
Yes, but he qualified second.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the best also qualifying time for the whole season for him. So definitely want to give a shout out to Caden Honeycutt. I mean, when you have a track that's been beating you 2 years in a row, right?
Yeah.
And to come back and start off knowing that you're qualifying second, that's got to give you some type of momentum that I'm going to have a better race. Because it all start. I mean, what they say, qualifying is good, right? But
Yeah.
at the same time, it does. Sometimes it ain't where you start; it's where you finish.
Yeah, that's true.
So depending on where you start and where you finish is going to be what it's all about. And Caden Honeycutt wanted to make sure he was ready for that. So I mean, I was surprised. How about you when it came to him getting second place for the pole?
You know he's an iRacer, so I always like seeing iRacers do well.
That
So
is true.
I'm I'm pleasantly surprised to see that happened. You know.
Let's get into how this race started. So, of
Mm-hmm.
course, who's on pole? Lane Riggs.
Yeah.
Lane Riggs takes pole, right? Then they go three wide early in the first lap. So I'm like, yeah, let's get it. That's what I want to see,
That's
especially on a track
Pocono
like
racing right
Pocono.
there. Yeah.
I need it.
Yeah.
Hey, wear
Mm-hmm.
your diaper, wear your depends. Because it's going down on that first
It's stupid.
turn. They not playing 3-4. Hey, I was like, yes.
But
I
then
like that.
but then look who took the lead immediately.
Corey Hahn. I mean, it's
Exactly.
the Corey Haim show, right? Corey Haim
Exactly.
show.
It's always a Corey
He's the
Haim
only.
show.
He is the only race car driver for the Truck Series this year that has led at least a lap in every race this year. So every race they've raced,
Mm-hmm.
he's led at least a lap.
Yeah, he has. It's with Corey Haim, it's one of those things where he gives the race away. He leads in almost every race and he's strong and then something happens. But we'll get to what happened, with him later this race. But the past couple races before then, he's always had an issue to where he's had either speeding or he's gotten contact taken out by lane rigs. Um, battery issues. I mean, I think, the last time he got straight up beat was I think when our boy Raj beat him.
Yes, he
I think that's the
did.
last time he
Yep,
got
at
beat up,
Nashville.
like straight beat up. But other than that, it's been constant just messing, issues for Hein.
My fault. Back up.
Hmm.
I got to give Gio his flowers. It was his first debut race. Got to give him his flowers. We got to give Gio his props.
Gio Ruggiero, he did pretty well.
So shout out to Gio, getting in the seat, getting his feet wet.
Yeah,
But like you were saying, when it comes to Corey Heim, when Corey Heim is there, that's the part. When you come to the track for
yeah,
Craftsman,
yeah,
no disrespect to nobody else. Y'all know who I root for when it comes to the truck series. But he's doing great this year, like he
yeah,
was last year. But Corey Heim is the man to beat when you go to the crowd. I don't care who you are.
yeah.
I don't care. Even Kyle Busch. If Kyle Busch, Chastain, any of them hop in the track, hop on a Craftsman Truck Series race,
Corey Hein.
person to beat is
Yeah,
Corey Heim.
he is. He's the guy to beat the last couple of years now. He is a weapon, and that kid has a bright future.
Numbers
Um,
don't lie.
and you can see
Stats don't lie.
one of his competitors, another strong another strong driver and iRacer, Ty Majeski,
Yes.
got damaged early. Got
Yeah, and
damaged
then
early.
like I was like I saw it and then I didn't see it. I was like,
Hmm.
then next thing you know, they went past it. I'm like, what happened? All I
Yeah,
kept hearing was something. Oh, they like he has a little damage, but And did I think it affected him? I think it affected him a little
it did. No, it did. It affected his aerodynamics because that's one thing about Pocono is aero is very important because you have those long straights there, you know.
bit. Yeah.
So the fact he had a it wasn't a bent splitter, but he had front bumper damage, and that robbed him of some speed because that
Now, do you
basically
remember what lap that happened at?
I don't know. It was early. It was stage one for sure. I don't
That's
remember
what I
exactly
thought.
when, but I
That's
know it
what
was
it was like.
early.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a very short race. And what's one thing about these races the last couple of years that the Truck Series has been doing is 2023 was a 150 lap race. So sorry, 150 miles, so 60 laps.
Mm-hmm.
And then last year, 175 miles, so they upped to 10 laps. And then again this year, 200 miles, they upped it again another 10 laps. So it's like I guess they're seeing people are enjoying the Craftsman Truck Series, so they're wanting to give those more racing. So they went from 150 miles to 175 now to 200. I think 200 miles is probably the sweet spot for those trucks, 80 laps. I mean, the stages go by quite quick because it was 20 laps in the first stage, 20 laps in the second stage, 40 laps in the third stage.
Yeah. So I like the fact when I mean, I guess it's stepping stones to certain
Yeah,
to the younger folks. Now to the seasoned vets and the people that are good at, I think where they at, like the Matt Craftons, the Grant Infingers,
right.
the Stuart Friesens, those guys, right? That've been doing trucks for a long time.
Yeah,
Obviously, I don't expect to see them. No disrespect to them, I don't expect to see them in the Cup Series, right? But those who start off from ARCA and come up to Craftsman, Xfinity, the
yeah,
younger guys.
yeah,
So I like the fact that it does that because it's gearing you. Each one is gearing you for the next one.
right.
So I understand the slowing, the shortening the tracks, and obviously I don't know if they're going to ever shorten the tracks for Cup Series. Obviously, they've talked about how to keep people entertained, right?
Shortening the track is
And
shortening the race.
the race.
Okay, they already did that because back in the day, like I was talking about, when they had the races in June and July, like
No, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
they were 500-mile races. So we went from two
Okay.
500-milers to one 400-miler now.
Yeah, so I want to know if I mean obviously you like the people I talk to that's in my circle that don't watch racing, right? They're like, yo, I want to get into it, but I can't see me being there for 400 laps, yo. I just can't.
But it's not 400 laps though. It's 400 miles. That's one of the common misconceptions about NASCAR is you hear Daytona 500. Oh, they're going for 500
Yeah,
laps.
no, that's
No, it's
500
400
miles.
laps. It's five. Yeah, exactly. It's 500 miles. Everything you see is the amount of miles for the race or kilometers
Yeah,
for Phoenix purposes.
but let's be real. Average when you're at the race, not doing like when you're not watching it back. When you're at the race, how long do you think somebody's sitting?
You said how long is what?
A person sitting watching a race.
Uh, about 4 hours.
Thank you.
I mean, but that's what you do,
Who
you
is
know?
staying there watching? Who does not watch the sport? Who just now getting into the sport, right?
In person or on TV?
in person.
In person's different because when people go in person, they're enthralled with it because
I
they're like,
think I'm on the fence about that because I'm not gonna lie. The first when I went to the race, I mean, and also I guess the track I went to, right? Dover was cool.
okay, yeah,
I
Dover's
think
a
I
good track.
enjoyed the Xfinity race better than I enjoyed the Cup Series race when I went.
That makes
I've
sense.
been twice. I've
Yeah,
been twice to Dover, and I think I enjoyed the Xfinity race more than I enjoyed. Now, granted, some people will say, of course, I mean the car is different and the drive is different, right?
yeah.
So the drivers are going to drive them different. I just felt like one, it was shorter, and I got more excitement out of the Xfinity race. Even when I had hot passes, and then when I didn't have hot passes, I was in the seat. I still enjoyed it more. So it's like, how do you get people who aren't fans and passionate about like we are, get them involved that might like racing, but they're like, I'm not about to go to no track and sit there for that long.
Just same thing like you go to a basketball game or a football game. You go and you're there for three hours at least. Sometimes you're there for 4 hours, especially for team wins. You go to tailgates. So when you go to a football game, you go on tailgates. You're there for
Tailgate,
sometimes
football
10
games.
10
Football games,
hours.
football games, you gotta prepare yourself. Don't do too much Saturday because you know you're gonna be out all day
Ex
Sunday.
exactly. So that's one of the things. It's with NASCAR, it's kind of the same thing. Like you're gonna go there. You're not gonna tailgate. But when you get up there, especially if you're sitting close to the stands and you feel those engines like shaking your body, that's one thing is a lot of people really enjoy is, it's different in person versus when you're watching on TV.
The only thing I like about watching it on TV and not being at the track at sometimes, not all the time.
Well, I get it. I like watching on TV. I don't have to be at the track and be out in the elements.
Yeah, I can go to the bathroom, pause it,
Yeah, you can.
rewind,
Yeah.
maybe record it so I don't have to watch all of these commercials, which don't make sense. But we're gonna get to that because I have something else to talk about when it comes to these commercials. But
Listen.
back to the race.
Yes.
We had a big wreck with Enfinger Rhodes, Ankrum, Connor Jones crashed that full wide squeeze, right?
Mm-hmm.
Eventually they're gonna run out of room.
Yeah.
So Enfinger, if I'm not mistaken, he came in to try to fix whatever damage he had and continue out on, right? So after that, what did you see happen?
I mean, but at that time, it was Heim time. Heim was dominating the race. He was dominating the race at that point. He
Swept
had,
both stages.
yeah, he won stage one. No, no, he didn't win stage one.
No, you're right. He did not win
He was
stage
dominating
two.
stage one, but then he decided to do the
And
undercut
yes, because he
and pit.
already had a playoff. He already had a
Exactly.
playoff point.
Yeah.
So
So
the other
basically,
one
he dominated
spayed
stage
out.
one. He won
Yes.
stage two, and
Yes.
he was dominating stage three. And then I think after that it was under caution after
Yes.
that wreck. Under caution after that wreck, Heim was up front, and you just see him pull off up high, and he's like, "Hey, I think a tire's low." And go be it, his right rear was low. And like I said, every time, not every time, let's go back. A lot of the time recently when Corey Heim has been leading, he's had an issue of just some weird cosmic proportion. And this time it happened to be his right rear tire just got flat. And the thing about with NASCAR is these crew chiefs, whether it's Cup, whether it's Xfinity, whether it's trucks, and it's actually even every other series, sports car series, F1, they try and run it to the lowest possible um uh air pressure and then let the tires warm up, and as the tire warms up and then you start to get the tire will start to expand. But it's one of those things is that they play with fire because if you run the tire too low, you're susceptible to it debeating,
Yes.
which is what happened to Corey, you know.
Indeed. So
So it's
after
unfortunate.
that, that
He had that race won.
and then I guess Hocevar feels some type of way. Why? Because Hocevar thought he's the leader. He starts to
Yeah.
restart. And
Yep.
Carson Hocevar been doing this thing in the cup and in
Yep.
the trucks.
Yep.
This man gonna sit there and say, "Oh, Corey's out. He has to drop out because he, like you said, he had the right tire issue."
Yep.
Guess who else has? He says, "My turn, my restart zone. like on iRacing, they tell you, hey, this is your lane. You do what you do.
Yeah.
He decides to say, I'm the leader. No, 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 no,
Yeah,
no.
he was third place at the time.
So he gets black flag. Now, Hocevar was up in the front mainly the whole entire race.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's his race after that. He gets black flag. And, he's on the radio, that radio. That is hilarious. Like, I love the radio. But if I was a driver, I would not like the radio. Only because the media is going to hear everything that you say.
There's a whole
Right?
show dedicated to it after that. I don't know if you knew that. It's
Yes,
called
I
it's
did.
called NASCAR Radioactive.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the fact that you can hear all that, you might dissect it, and some stuff it just ain't for you to hear. It's almost like when you hear the NFL, right? And they say
Yeah.
certain people are mic'd up. Not everybody's mic'd up.
Yeah.
So thanks to the NFL, they only have certain ones who are mic'd up. Quarterbacks and other people are mic'd up.
Yeah.
Coaches, not everybody. Just think of now. Granted, you only hear some of the stuff the players say because they're mic'd up. Just think of all of them were mic'd up.
Hmm.
So knowing that every driver's mic'd up and they press that button or whatever, you can hear it.
Yeah.
And so, Hocevar was explaining his case, but it didn't matter. You can say
He
what you
tried.
want, but you're not the leader.
Yeah, he
You
tried.
miscounted. You miscounted. And so that sent him to the back. He had to do a pull through. And who takes it after that?
Lane Riggs.
Shout out to Lane Riggs. Definitely getting the W.
Yeah.
Lane Riggs, well deserved. I mean, he started on the pole. If this was, certain other series, you would be like, okay, you start on the pole 9 times out of 10, you're gonna finish on the pole, as long as you do what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we definitely want to give Lane Riggs, his flowers. And that burnout was crazy.
It was a nice burnout. Yeah. But
Yes. They definitely want to give him his flowers, and Lane Riggs was able to get it done. Now, if Carson Hocevar was the leader and it wasn't somebody else, maybe we had a different story. But on top of Lane Riggs winning, right? Mind you, y'all do know Ford has not won at Pocono since Ryan Blaney in 2013.
oh
Let's go ahead,
wow. Wow.
let's go ahead and put that out there.
12 years. That's wild.
Yeah, so,
Yeah.
little known fact if you guys did not know. See, I knew that. I know that. See?
Hey,
So the
what?
fact that that's going on, and for him to break that after a decade and some years, that's great for Ford.
It
That's letting
definitely
Ford
is.
know, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So when you got, not on top of that, we also had a couple other drivers who did not finish, right? I think it was Sutton, Green, Jones, Cram, Dennison, Benning, and Dazat, if I'm not
Does
mistaken. All
I?
those did
Yeah.
not finish. We had issues.
Yeah.
Uh, what's his name? Not what's his name? Oh, Jake Garcia. He
Yeah.
comes around. He ain't able to save it, and he hits the right. And then you had a situation after the restart where Jones bumps him, and then right into his teammate Majeski, and Majeski can't stop at that time, takes him out. Then you had the issue with the other driver, Cody Disson. He goes smack into the wall, passenger side.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of issues with these tires at the track. That's why I was telling you at the beginning of the show, I don't understand. I'm glad they're not racing 2 times a year. Granted, Pocono is not my favorite track to watch anyway.
I don't think it's a tire issue.
You don't think it's a
No.
tire issue?
No, I don't think it's a tire issue. No.
There's plenty of tire issues this past weekend.
I mean,
So is that strategy?
no, that's not strategy. That's, I mean, for the truck series, that's just drivers losing it. That's what that was. That was just drivers losing it because you didn't have that many issues in the Xfinity race, and I'm pretty sure they have similar tires. You know, so
That
I
is
don't
true.
think it's a tire issue for um for the trucks. Honestly, just think it's just a. I'm not gonna say it's a skill issue because Lord knows it's not a skill issue, but it just happens to be an issue of drivers losing it. It's a flat track, it's high speed. It's gonna happen. Wrecks happen. You know.
I understand that. So
Yeah.
with the top 10, we had Lane Riggs, Tanner Gray, Caden Honeycutt, which
Hmm.
was his best finish at Pocono the past 2 years. Brandon Jones. We had Hemrick, Mozak, Smith, Friesen, Ty Majeski, and Raj Carew for another top 10.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
hey, Lane Riggs is headed to the playoffs in the Ford. So on to the next race.
Xfinity, yes sir. My boy was on pole. Connor Zilisch on
That's
pole, and the I guess what do you call it? The sub crew chief, which was awesome. Doc Hudson, aka Dale Earnhardt Jr., on the box for Connor Zilisch for this race, which
how
was
do you
pretty damn
how do
awesome.
you I mean, granted, Junior is my after Mark Martin, right? Or doing like, you know what I'm saying? It's people first it would be Mark Martin, then it was Junior, then it became Bubba, right?
Hmm.
So how did you feel have seeing Junior as a crew chief?
I liked it. I mean, I was happy. Kyle Busch wasn't too happy about it at first, but I thought it was pretty cool. Because I mean, and Junior said that he only did it because Connor's crew chief, um, his name escapes me right now. I want to say it's Marty something, but he requested that Junior fill on the box for him as he was out for his suspension, 1 race suspension.
So
So I
Connor
thought it
had to
was
know something. Connor had to know something to put him on it. At the end of the day, I look at it like coaching, right? For
yeah,
certain teams, you see like football, basketball, you like, yeah, this guy's done a lot. I want him. Or this woman has done a lot. I want them as my coach, right?
right.
But just because they did a lot when they were playing the sport, it doesn't always translate to leading somebody to doing great.
Oh no, we've seen that numerous times.
So for him to even feel that, okay, I want Junior on as crew chief,
Yeah,
that says a lot about Junior, and it says a lot about Connor Zilisch at his age and seeing what Junior could bring to help him in a race like this.
it was pretty awesome. Like I said, I was really happy to see it.
Definitely, definitely.
So yeah, no, it was what's
Daniel
his name?
Dye came
Huh?
out with the first caution.
Yeah, Daniel Dye came out the first caution. I mean, that wasn't his fault. He got caught up in someone else's
But
chaos.
he got loosened, but he
So
was able. Good thing he didn't break his splitter.
yeah,
We've seen it multiple times, ladies and gentlemen, numerous, several, excuse me, not multiple, several times with these cars,
yeah,
the Xfinity and the next gen. They get caught in that grass that they have made now, and I think they made the grass like that so it can help slow the car down. I guess you know what I'm saying, but it's tearing up the bottom of the cars when they
yeah,
go through the grass. But he was able to not have that issue.
yeah. Daniel Dye was lucky. He slid through the grass. Was able to keep his splitter intact. Just change 4 tires and get back rolling.
Yeah,
But you saw who dominated stage one, right?
of course.
Yeah, my boy, my other favorite driver, I gotta say, Chase Elliott came down from Cup to drive for Hendrick in the Xfinity Series in the 17 car and dominated stage one. And I was like, all right, this is gonna be a good day, because he was also on pole. I'm like,
Yep.
all right, let's show these boys what's going on here, Chase.
Yeah, let's
So
get the. You see how number 19 when he brought out that caution with all that smoke. Yeah, when that engine, you could tell when that white smoke come, you already know.
I felt
Take it to
bad.
the garage.
Yeah,
Take it to the garage.
his name is Justin Bonsignor.
Yeah, I wouldn't be
Yeah,
able to say
I know
his
you're
name.
not
That's
gonna
why
say
you
that.
see, you said Justin. You see, I said Justin. I
Justin
said the name.
Bonsignor.
There was no way I was getting that name.
Yeah, he's a not a late model. I want to say he's a modified driver. He's a modified driver, and apparently he just had a race this past weekend. He's the championship leader in that series, so he picks and chooses what tracks he's gonna drive for Joe Gibbs. And I mean, he's had some good
Nice.
races, you know. So
Must be nice. I mean, must be nice to have that. Definitely. I mean, we had the. Then you had Algar one time was leading. Shout out to my man.
yeah, him and Chase were battling. It was clear. It was clear that Chase, Justin Allgaier, and Connor Zilisch were the class of the field. Those three were the fastest cars all day. Um, Yeah, it was because you had Zillich winning stage two, and other than that, you had Elliott and Allgaier just complete domination.
Can we talk about how Dean just slid in the pits the way he did?
Oh, and he got take. That wasn't his fault. He got tagged, and they still pit the car because the
Hey,
car.
use all. that's around you.
Mhm.
Get it done. I mean, you already in it. You ain't got time to be trying to turn around and do all that. Get in the pit. Hey, I'm in here. However I got here, I'm here.
Yeah.
Use it.
Yeah.
Doesn't beat Josh Williams, but
What you say?
when Josh Williams did that on purpose and parked it. When they said, "Yeah, you got to park it," I said, "Okay." Consider it parked right at the start finish line.
Oh, we're talking about Atlanta. That's what, last year, 2 years ago. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
2 years ago.
Yeah. I remember that. No, it was definitely an interesting race. In stage, I think it was beginning of stage three, you had that caution
Mm-hmm.
that really messed up Algier and Elliott.
Yeah.
Yeah, they because they were trying to, I guess, stretch that tank and didn't pit. Um, while Jesse Love and Connor Zilic pitted, so they came out, with the with that net lead. Um, what
I was
happened?
at that
What's
point.
so funny?
No,
What you laughing about?
I got something on my phone.
Oh, this boy a
Yeah,
clown.
inside joke.
Uh-huh. This man a clown over here.
Nah, just be so many daggone messages and stuff going on. I be trying not to look at
Hey,
my
shout
phone.
out to Joe M. Armstrong. Thank you so much for the
Well,
raid.
hey,
Appreciate you.
shout out to that. If y'all not watching, y'all can go to twitch.tv and hop on Apex Hunt, APEXHUNTIN. Make
Oh, I
sure
got
y'all
my little
check them
raid.
out. Shout out to that.
Got
Shout
my
out to
raid
all the
sound there.
Raiders.
Yes, thank you for the 55 raiders. Appreciate you, man. Yeah. Yes, thank you guys. We're having the quarter entry podcast right now, NASCAR edition. We're just recapping Pocono. We're talking about the Xfinity race right now. And yeah, I just finished streaming some iRacing. So if you wanna, I'll be back on tomorrow to stream some iRacing. But yeah, like I said, right now, quarter entry podcast. So you guys are more than welcome to stay on, listen, tell us what you think. But yes, Mac. Sorry. It's so
You
cool.
know what I'm saying?
Got a
It's your
got a
moment.
raid
Your
on
moment.
on
Your
the
moment.
podcast. Let's
Your
go.
moment.
Yeah, man. All right, let's get back to it. So, like I was saying before, you had Connor Zilic and Jesse Love fighting for the lead. Coming down to the wire. And those two are best friends. So it's really interesting to see how they race each other. Because I mean, you can see Kyle. Oh, thank you for the follow. I didn't see who's following me now. Jeez, I am all over the place today.
That got this man
It's a,
blushing.
yeah, yeah. I'm blessed. You see how red I am? That's not supposed to happen. Let's all fix all this here. Put that over. Oh, do that over there. There we go. Thank you for the follow, Tony Quest. Appreciate you. Um, Back to what I was saying. Yeah. So you seen Denny Hamlin and Kyle Larson were best friends at one time,
Of
racing each
course.
other hard, right? And you saw how
Yeah.
that's turned out. So to see, I mean, granted this is Xfinity series, but you see how Jesse Love and Connor Zilic race each other close and they race each other clean. I mean,
Mhm.
you got to appreciate the young kids out there, and those both
I
have it.
love when you see that, when you
Yeah,
can just see them. I'm going to race you hard, right?
yeah,
But I'm going to be as clean as possible. Now, granted, if
hmm
I, some people are going to be upset. Oh, you knew you couldn't make that. I'm like, at the end of the day, this is racing. I have to get on that line. There's a racing line, right?
yeah, yeah,
And there's an edge that you and Andre has taught me.
hmm
It's a when you race, there's a line that you don't cross, but you get as close to it as possible, and you're trying to ride that car on rails, right? So
hmm
you don't tip over. So that when you can do that, I mean, you things are going to happen. The car's not going to stick every time, but you
You
try
talking about
your
being on
best
peak of
to
grip?
get it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, these guys are past that point. It's just more so when you're trying to get into these corners, especially at a track like Pocono. So you have these flat corners, you're trying to do the best you can to stay off the car inside of you. But, I think it was Connors was on the inside for his pass, so Jesse's trying to pinch him because, when you're going through the corners, like we showed you before, also in iRacing, is when you're coming out the corner, you got to try and wash up, use up all the track you can. But if somebody's pinching you, you can't use up all the track you can, so you got to kind of let off the gas, which means gives the car on the outside the I'm gonna call it overspeed. That gives them basically the run
Mm-hmm.
down the straight. That's a good thing about Pocono is it allows you to run through corners side by side, even though it's so flat. Um, but yeah, so with that being said, I saw my boy Chase got messed over by the by that caution, but still came up, got fourth, and I will say Connor Zilic with this first oval win, great to see. Great to see. This man right here is a prodigy. I love to
And
watch
who
Comic Village.
and
Yeah.
who was on the box? Who was on the box?
Doc Hudson, Dale Earnhardt Jr., whatever you want to call him. Whatever,
Give
whatever
it
you
up
want to
to
call
Jake
him.
Jr.
Yeah, Junior's one as a car owner, as a crew chief, as a driver. That man can do it all. So yeah, no, shout out to
Always.
Junior with the call, and you also saw him doing helping out pit stops.
Yes.
Yeah, that was one
Hey,
thing. Junior's helping out on pit stops.
I think Junior's also a guy you can't take away from the track, right? He
The what?
probably a guy that he's one of those people at the track, like he has to do something. Like, you
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? He's one of the people, I
yeah,
need to be there.
yeah,
Like you can just tell how much involved he is. He does announcing, he does pit crew, he does crew chief, he's owner.
yeah.
So to be involved in all of that, he's in media of his own. So it's like
He does a lot.
he does a lot, and I
Yeah.
love it. That's why I hope he comes to Cup Series. I hope he comes to Cup Series.
From your mouth to God's ears is whatever, because they already teased us this year with the Justin Allgaier running that 40 car in the
Yeah.
500.
Yes.
So they already said it. The Cup Series is too expensive, but I don't know. We'll see. It would be great to see Junior, you know, come to the Cup Series one day, and it could be sooner rather than later. You know, he got the taste of, and he got a top 10 in that 500. I'm gonna go out on a limb. What are we in? We're in 2025.
I say 2027.
What do you say?
I say 2027 the next
This
2
man,
years.
this man stole my thunder. I'll just say 2028. This man said 2027. All right. So we're
I
gonna go
figured
with
you
what
was
you
going to
said.
go further than me. I figured that, so I had to take the under. Ain't that what they say in betting? You got to take the under.
Uh-huh. Okay. So we'll say 2028. I don't know if you guys in chat agree with that, but I'm gonna say 2020, 2027.
I'm gonna put a poll
Smack
up.
says
I'm gonna
2028.
put a poll up in the morning
Yeah.
on my Instagram. Make sure y'all follow both our Instagram, Smack Like That and Apex Hunting. I'm gonna put a
Yes.
poll up in the morning and see.
Yeah.
I have Junior going, and I'm gonna tag Junior. He might see it, might not. Don't know. But
Uh,
I'm gonna say 2027.
I'm gonna say it's probably a big chance he doesn't see it, but you know, wishful thinking is always nice too.
If he doesn't see it, doesn't matter. If he sees it, great. Obviously, whatever he chooses, he's not gonna tell us.
Yeah. Now,
You know what I'm
all right.
saying?
Speaking of that, the Cup race.
Yes.
Old man Hamlin on pole. Old man
Hey,
Hamlin.
I
Denny
beat your
is
favorite driver. I
he's a
like
beast.
that better than 11 over everybody or
Yeah,
11
no, that's
against
pretty
everybody.
corny.
I'm not a fan of that. I like the I beat your favorite driver. I
Yeah.
understand his dad wants him to be more humble,
Mhm.
but if you ask me, I beat your favorite driver.
Yeah, yeah. He was pretty strong in his race. It was interesting to start because you also had the Hendrick bunch who didn't qualify that well. They looked
Mind
pretty
you,
good. They looked pretty good in practice,
I'm not a fan
but
of these delays. I ain't gonna like even for a person watching it, right?
oh my
Because I'm
gosh.
watching it as a fan, but I'm also watching it for journalism purposes.
Mhm.
I'm getting myself ready.
Mhm.
And you know, I had text you, he was like, well, IndyCar come on the same time. And I'm like, you're right. Whole time, what happens? IndyCar
You
on, NASCAR, I'm like, what y'all doing?
you have Mother
They
Nature.
playing, they playing the Dale Earnhardt
You
series, which I think is great.
you have
You have
Mother
not watched
Nature.
it.
You can't halt Mother Nature.
I know, but oh my
There's no oval
gosh.
series in the world that races in the rain. That's just
I
something you
mean,
got to deal with,
if this
especially
was
Pocono in the summer.
if this was another thing, I got so many comments I've not seen.
The what?
What? Hold on. Delete, delete. Hey,
What is
hey,
going on?
somebody is in. We're not gonna yeah,
Oh, you got spam in your chat?
I just had to get moderated, you know.
Oh, he got spam in his chat. Sorry, guys.
You gotta forgive ignorance. I'm glad they stopped by.
He got
We
spam in his chat.
at the Corner Entry Podcast, but some things sometimes, you know, if you know you ignorant and you know your mom ain't teach you no manners, just bet off not saying that. That's all I'm saying. Bet off not saying that. I
Yeah,
appreciate you.
you're gonna have to text me later what happened there.
Oh, I definitely will. I'm gonna tell you.
Anyway,
It was
beside the
funny. It was actually kind of fun.
beside the point.
Yeah, but like I was saying, the I can't stand the rain. Missy Elliott.
Oh my God,
I can't stand the rain.
you're ridiculous. You see, that's just one of the things you have to deal with when it comes to Pocono in the summer. It is what it is.
I
I
mean, yes,
mean,
all them East Coast. I'm on the East Coast. You're on the East Coast. I can't stand these East Coast tracks and this rain, this option. Like,
it's not just the East Coast. It happens everywhere. But it's one of those things you got to deal with. I mean, I've been a NASCAR fan since what are we on? 2025 for 31 years. It's part of the game. If you don't race on Sunday, you race on Monday. Thankfully, they had the fleet of track, was the track titans out there cleaning up the track, so
no,
it's all good.
no,
They got the
no, no.
race
I
in.
thought they could have started. Because I kept switching back and forth, right? So I'm saying, and I hate the fact that it's on Prime. It's easier when
It's
it's not on
This was
Prime
the
because
last race on Prime. Stop crying
I
about
no,
it.
I love Prime. Thank you, Prime, for having given
No,
us
no,
such a great
Prime's
service.
coverage was amazing, but you out here saying that you don't want it on Prime because it's hard to find. What's wrong,
No, because
old man? Look at all that
on
grace you
on
got.
my on on the smart TV, see, on the
Okay.
smart TV, I'm
Uh
watching
huh.
it through the apps, but then I'm
Okay.
watching it through my cable
Okay.
when it's on the regular channel. So it's easy if I just want to watch something else. If I'm watching WNBA, I'll be watching Indiana Fever. I'll be watching, you know what I'm saying, Chicago Sky,
Mhm.
all of that.
Mhm.
So she know what I'm talking about. See, Kelly know. She be sitting there watching it with me. What the hey Slim, I be having the wildest shit pop up on my shit. Hey yo.
I'll look at your chat later. I don't even want to
Hey
know.
Slim,
Let's go.
the quickness. Forgive me, y'all.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, I took care of it.
Get it.
I
Get it.
gotta be
Look
quick
it.
on the
Look it.
draw.
Look it. You
Oh
see. You
my
see this
gosh,
wheel.
it
You see
keeps
this wheel.
coming. It keeps coming.
Got chat for a NASCAR podcast. I use my oval wheel, and then for a sports car and the F1, I put this wheel on my thing. But anyway, getting us
Yeah, back
back
to what I was
back
saying.
back at what we're saying.
So I can't stand when I'm trying to press the channel and then I gotta keep swapping inputs because the apps are different than the cable channels.
You have a
So when
phone.
that happens, it I have my phone,
I
I got a
watch
tab.
I watch
You know
on
I
my
got two
phone,
phones, right? I have my
but
laptop, I have two monitors, I have multiple TVs, tablets, and all. When boxing and racing is on at the same time, man, she could tell you how I be, Slim.
yeah,
I be like
I
this
get
all
it.
day long. That's
I
all I
get
do.
it.
So it's like it
But
just sucks that I'm like, all right, cool. But like what you saying, they finally got it going right because I thought they could have started a long time ago, but
that's
I kept
fine. No,
going
they
back.
had to get the track as dry as possible. It's a big track. It's a very long track, so it's gonna take a while to get dry. But yeah, no, they got started and things started going pretty well.
Yeah. So
What I wanted to talk to you about was that save by Carson Hocevar. You see that save by Carson Hocevar in the race?
you said what?
That save by Carson Hocevar.
Oh, that man was on. That young was sitting sideways like he lived in Houston on a Sunday. You thought we was in Houston. See, anybody
Yeah,
from Texas or is a fan of down south culture and
yeah,
Houston and stuff on Sundays, they be swinging. That man was swinging that thing. I mean, the little air flap came up.
yeah, yeah. That car was essentially, as aerodynamics wise, getting ready to take flight when you see that flap come up. So shout out to NASCAR for that, because who knows if that was an '87 car, 1987 Cup car, that thing might have just, you know, taken flight right there on the straight.
It was a rap. Rap City. I ain't talking about basement.
Yeah, man. So that was interesting. But then anyway, back to the actual racing on track. Denny Hamlin, he took stage one, so he's continuing his dominating streak. Stage two was pretty quiet. Other than
Yeah,
you had
because
a couple.
Reddick and Busher was right behind Denny on the stage results.
Actually, I would say stage two was pretty quiet, but I forgot there were actually a couple issues we had there. Herbst brake rotor issue. Bubba brake rotor
But what
issue.
was
That's
stage
two.
one or stage two?
That was stage two. So you had two
Yeah.
2311 cars with their rotors break in stage two,
And
right?
we had that issue last year.
Okay. That's what we are talking about before about Pocono. You were saying about the tire with Pocono. Pocono is really abusive when it comes to the brakes. Every year you're gonna have an issue. Jeff Gordon had a massive crash one year. I want to say, chat, if you guys might remember, I want to say it was 2006, 2007. His brakes, his brakes gave out going to turn one. This man went through the grass to try and slow his car down before he smacked that wall. So it's Pocono is no stranger to brake failure. It happens damn near every year. and I'm not really sure what you can do about that. That's just one of those things. Is the brakes just they get over hot and the metal just it cracks and it disintegrates.
Yeah.
So there's
I
not
mean,
much you can do. But so what I thought was interesting because you also have Michael McDowell. He had a brake rotor issue as well,
yep.
right? So he was in the 2311 car, but like I was getting back to, you had Herp's brake rotor explode, you had Bubba brake rotor explode, and then in stage three, you had Tyler Reddick. They said that they didn't like what they saw on the telemetry with his brakes. So they brought Tyler Reddick into the garage, said, "We're not going to have this happen." They brought him into the garage, let him get 2 laps down, fix whatever issues they found with the brakes, and then send him back out on track. So I don't
I
know if
mean,
it's something with
crazy.
2311 in their braking system because I mean, yes, McDowell,
Where
he's
Callahan brakes? They need Callahan brakes. Everybody know you need Tommy Boy and them Callahan brakes. Tommy Boy father sold some good Callahan brakes. I'm
what
about
are
to
you
tell
talking
y'all.
about?
See, I'm about to tell you your age. If you don't know about Callahan brakes, see, he's looking at me crazy, y'all. He does not know about Tommy Boy and Callahan brakes.
Oh my God, you talking about the movie?
Yes.
Oh my
See,
God. All
that's
right.
that tells me
Chris
your
Farley
age.
reference. I'm like, what are you talking about right now?
OJ and Toothpaste 2. Hey, thanks.
Jeez.
Yes, yes. We're getting to that. That Briscoe did win.
Yeah, I
Uh,
completely forgot about Tommy Boy. I was so confused you're talking
it's
about.
okay. It's okay. Shout out to OJ and Toothpaste 2. Appreciate you coming through the
Oh
stream.
man, that was
What you
funny.
think of the race? We just going over the brake rotor issues that everybody was having, and I mean that's the thing with racing that I do like and the things I don't like.
Yeah.
When you're rooting for your driver, right, and those things are out of like for Bubba to say, "Oh my God," knowing that he's going to hit this wall. Now, the good thing about McDowell when his broke, he wasn't like 2311 and going into a turn. He was on a straightaway.
You see, he was on a straightaway. Yeah, so he had time to figure it out. Bubba and Riley, their brake failures weren't that bad. We like I said, you've seen years. I believe Austin Dillon had it as well. Going into turn one is the absolute worst place to have it happen because that's where you're going to do most of your biggest braking point. And when it goes out there, all they can do is try and shoot through the grass to slow themselves down. So I mean, these guys all got lucky because theirs happened in a moderately okay area. I think um what's his name? Riley's happened, I want to say exiting one. Bubba's
Yes,
happened, I want to say going through the tunnel turn. Same thing with McDowell. I think his was going through the tunnel turn as
he
well.
was able to be on a straight, and Bubba wasn't. That's why Bubba said, "Oh my God," before he smacked the wall. We got
Yeah, it
a
wasn't that bad.
question in the chat too.
What's up?
They said, "Will Kyle Busch make the playoffs?"
Will Kyle Busch make the playoffs?
I can't say no because he's Kyle Busch. Do I see it? No.
We have two restricted plate races left. We have this weekend's the start of the tournament, and then we
Yeah,
have
Alec. We got
Daytona, the
yeah,
regular season finale.
yeah. They're at
The regular
Atlanta.
s- the regular season finale has proven to give us two first time winners, I believe, in the last couple years. And not first time winners, and it's given us wild cards. Because last year was Harrison Burton, right? And then
Yep.
the year before that, let me see who won that Daytona race um in
Last year
2020 in 2023. That
wasn't it?
happened to be it was Chris Buescher.
Yeah.
Chris Buescher in 2023. So he won his way in. So it's one of those things to where it's a wild card. Kyle Busch could happen. He almost won Atlanta last year. But going based off of that, unfortunately I don't see Kyle Busch making the playoffs. Um, but like I said, it's a wild card thing when it comes to those races. But based on his speed right now, I think RCR need some help. They need some help, which is crazy because Colleague Colleague Racing, Ty Dillon seems to be more strong than his brother and Kyle at times. And they're an RCR satellite team.
That's why I always try not to go with Obviously, look, we can say Bubba and Reddick. I mean, they're with the same, but so they're on the same team, right? And obviously, Reddick has been winning more than Bubba has, right? But I think Bubba's now dialing into his own, and putting up the points and the numbers that need to be put up for him to be
He's
in
given
the
up a lot
top.
of points in the last couple of races. I mean, he got back on track last week, or
Yeah, but
last
this
two
this week
weeks.
wasn't his fault.
No,
It's a manufacturer issue that gets me back to why I love racing. It's so unpredictable, but it's also why I racing just
right.
hair I don't have. I'd be ready to just be like, ah! Because it's like, how? Especially when you know your driver got to do well, right?
Yeah,
The cut line is getting it don't matter points. They're like, no, you got to win. We don't care nothing about the. You got to have so many points now because the cut line is getting shorter and shorter because of how many wins we get.
that's what's been happening in the last couple of years is where you have it to where what was it? I think it was 2023. Martin Truex Jr. didn't make it because 16 drivers won,
Yeah,
and I think he was second in points, but he
yeah.
hadn't won a race yet. It's one of those things. I don't see that happening this year though. We have 9 drivers, I think, right now that have won a race, and
No, not
I want to say I can't remember. I think maybe have like 8 races, 9 races
I think
left
it's 11.
before
It's
the
11.
playoffs.
It's 11.
But 11 races left for the playoffs.
11 people have won.
Oh, okay. My apologies. Okay, so we have five people, 5 spots left in the playoffs. Okay, when you say it like that, there could be um 16 drivers winning, especially with these tracks coming up. I mean, we have 2 more road courses. We have 2 more road courses, and we have 2 more restricted play races. Road courses, I mean, yes, my boy SVG is fast, but you have Busher's fast. Reddick is fast. You know, you have your other drivers out there. Um, what's his name? Larson is quick on the road courses as well. Byron's proved to be fast. My boy Chase Elliott hasn't even shown. I mean, he's shown his speed, but he hasn't won a road course race since we
You
got
know
the
they're gonna
next
be
gen.
upset. They're gonna be upset with this. They all OJ also asked, "Do you guys think Hocevar will win a race this year?" He's close, but I think he's a young guy that is. We spoke about that last week. I think he's a guy that is more of like he's right there, but if he
Yeah,
doesn't hone in as a
yeah,
rookie and understand that line that we talked about,
yeah.
I don't think he's gonna. If he can figure it
I
out, he has a chance.
Let me see the schedule we have left because I could honestly I could see Hocevar um winning a race this year because we'll see what we got left. Chicago, so we got Chicago, Sonoma, Dover, Indy, Iowa. Um, I could see Hocevar winning a mile-and-a-half race. I'd say his best chance might be Kansas or Las Vegas. I could see him winning one of those races because I mean that he has proven, or even Worldwide Technology Gateway. I could see him winning one of those races. He's
Okay.
proven to be a good driver. You
Yes,
know,
yes, I won't take that away
um,
from him. I like his grit.
yeah,
I like how he's like, listen, y'all might consider me. He's like, the young buck of this. He's not really a rookie. I think last year was his first year, so he's not really a rookie. But
he's still a
he's
young
like,
buck though.
yeah, he's still a young buck.
Yeah, he's still a young buck.
He in his second season, coming
Yeah,
from the trucks. He's going like, I'm going to get mine. I don't care, and I respect that. I respect that. But like I said, he's stepping over that line of like how far to drive it in. And to answer your second part, will he get in a fight with Ricky Stenhouse? Don't
no,
I doubt it.
no, because you
I
could
doubt it.
see at this race this past weekend, he did everything he possibly could to stay away from Ricky Stenhouse. He had ample times to get past Ricky, and Carson stayed in his mirror about 3 car lengths back. Like Ricky, I'm sorry. I don't want you to think I did anything. Like this is, I don't want no beef.
Yeah, I think he
Basically,
realizes the name he's making for himself, so he's trying to. Obviously, he wants to be like I say. I'm cool with the. We need personality. We need it.
we do. We need personalities, but I mean, I respect that, Carson is realizing I'm gonna need to get these breaks every now and then. When you have you're pulling a slide job, or you need someone to not run you over to give you some space.
Yeah.
The kind of reputation that Carson's getting right now is he's gonna be, dude that gets turned, no benefit of the doubt. So he's beginning to mature and realize, hey, I kind of need these guys to cut me some slack here and
Because I
there.
might
It's nice
make
to
it to
be,
the playoff, and I'm be pissed if somebody choose to turn me
yeah,
in the playoffs.
it's nice to be a person, to be a personality. We got Noah Gragson. He's a personality, but he gets, benefit of the doubt. Seabell's beginning to get a personality, which surprised me because that man was a robot for a while.
Now we appreciate you, OJ, kicking it with us on the YouTube side, and asking the questions. No, hey, we see the question, we definitely gonna ask them. That's what it's
Yes.
about. It's about a community. So
Yes,
I
thank you, thank
appreciate the
you.
sub too. Also,
Appreciate the questions.
so with that being said, we have Chase Briscoe getting the win
Yeah.
after a situation of keeping his teammate Denny Hamlin off of him.
Which I don't understand how he did that because
He
this
went
man
from a
was saving
negative
fuel.
to a positive.
He was saving fuel while keeping Denny behind him. I don't think he was aero blocking either because I saw Denny taking different lines to make sure he got air on that nose. And
But with
somehow Chase just kept keeping him behind. It
And if
was,
y'all don't know, this is Chase Briscoe's first win at Joe Gibbs Racing.
yeah,
And
his
if I'm not
first winning.
mistaken, Joe Gibbs Racing still holds the for the most wins at Pocono. If I'm not mistaken.
I don't know if that's true,
I want
but
to say it is, but I
I
will
will
double check.
say Denny has won 7 or 8 races at Pocono. So Denny is the all-time
I
leader for
think
sure at
he's
wins at Pocono.
won 7.
Well, either way, Denny's the all-time leader for wins at Pocono. Kyle's won there, I want to say a couple times as well. I don't know if Seabell's won there before, but no, I believe Martin's also. But
Denny has 7.
regardless, it was good to see Chase get his first win for
JGR has
JGR.
18. 18.
18 wins? Okay. Yeah, it's good to see Chase get his first win for JGR. Um, like he said, that's a team he grew up rooting for. He wanted to be when he grew up racing the 20 Home Depot car and all the NASCAR games. So he really, really looked up to Tony Stewart. So now to drive, he drove for Tony Stewart's team, back when he was, a
Mm-hmm.
cup owner, and now that that team has now, folded, he's driving for the original team that Tony drove for. So he's, not say taking the same career arc, but it's pretty cool to see Chase. He's a good guy. Um, so yeah, no, it was good to see him win. It just dumbfounded me. I was shocked to see the fact that he kept Denny behind him while saving fuel. Because when they
Let's
had that
get it.
fuel calculator up on board, it was
Yeah,
interesting.
the little fuel burn.
Yeah.
So I just want to get to one thing with NASCAR before we go into this new era of NASCAR that we're about to talk about for this
Okay.
mid-season thing. I don't like the situation where they allow these NASCAR commercials. It's NASCAR, right? I own it. This is me promoting myself. There was an issue. And what do? They wait till their commercial. They can easily cut the commercial. They can cut it's their commercial.
What are you talking about?
How many times has NASCAR had a NASCAR commercial during a crucial point of the race and they continue to let it play?
Oh, you mean during the action?
Yes.
I mean, you still gotta get your
It's your
commercials in.
own commercial. It
That's
ain't
fine.
Bud. It ain't Coors. It ain't Bush. It ain't Toyota.
You still
We
gotta run.
talk about NASCAR.
You still gotta run the commercials.
Oh
You know,
my
still
gosh.
gotta run the commercials. That's that's
F1
that's
didn't
one of
run
those
no
things, man.
commercials for F1 movie. They seen what they do. They run their race.
Hmm. It's fine. I mean, listen, I don't mind it because Prime's broadcast has been so amazing that and they with their side by sides that you're not missing much of the action. So I'm not
Side by
I'm not
side.
even
Ooh, but I be trying to hear. I don't want to hear a NASCAR commercial. I want to hear what just happened and why y'all got a caution. I don't
uh,
want to hear
but
a
they come back.
NASCAR commercial.
They come back and they gonna tell you
No,
immediately. So
no.
it's okay. Like, listen, this broadcast
Yeah,
has
I
been
got
so
Prime,
great.
but I don't think I got the. I got Prime. Maybe I need the Prime of the Prime for the no commercial joints.
You're still gonna get commercials.
But
That's one of those things. It could be worse.
and
It could
OJ, to answer your question, before we go to the challenge of what's next, I think Larson. If I had to pick between Larson and Byron to win the championship, I'm going Willie B. Willie B started in what 24th and got up to he forgot what like just in the first couple laps he gained like 14 spots.
for what?
So
What?
Willie B, remember he got that issue in practice
Yeah, he yeah
and
he yeah he
he gained
missed.
he started 24th because of that. And what he do? He gained so many spots back. So for that, hey, I'm going Willie B. I'm not going with Larson if I'm going for the favorite to win the championship. Willie
Oh, to
B
win the
is
championship.
definitely
Okay, I don't know
top
what the
four.
question
Top
was.
four is Willie B. I'm putting Willie B definitely in
I mean, he's
there.
made
But
it to the championship for the last
we
couple
got
years as
another
well.
segment we have to get to, obviously. Um, let's go ahead and talk about this new thing of NASCAR.
This tournament, in-season tournament, has been very interesting. You got it
So,
up?
ladies and gentlemen, this
There we
is
go.
the NASCAR in-season challenge that
In-season
starts.
challenge. Yep,
Their
first time.
past 3 races, Michigan, Mexico, and Pocono, is how they got seeded.
Yep. And
Take a
Denny.
look at all your favorite drivers and where they're seated at.
Yep.
They have to finish better than the other person.
Chat, if you I guess over on the Twitch side, anybody else in chat, and Smack's chat as well, who do you think is gonna win this in-season challenge? Looking at what we got right here. You see, so Denny missed a race, but he's still the number one seed because going based off of they your average seeding, he has a
OJ
first.
says Denny.
He has Denny has been a machine.
Yeah,
So
I'm not gonna knock.
Denny got a first.
You can't never take Denny out of
He
the
got a
equation.
missed race, a DNS, but he also got a waiver for that one, so that doesn't count. And he has a second. So that's why he's with the first seed right there.
I'm going with.
You notice
I mean,
SVG's not in here.
SVG has done great this year. No
No,
disrespect to him.
he's
That's
he's
why.
he's improving, but they took
Yeah,
the top 32 seats, and I think he was like 33rd or something like
third.
that.
Yeah, he's 33rd.
He was 33rd at the time.
Gibbs is 6. He has to go against Haley. I got Gibbs on that one. Gibbs winning that one.
Gibbs, let me see. Oh, Gibbs is 6. Okay, let's go.
McDowell against Allmendinger. Okay,
Let's
start
go
from the
down
top.
this. Yeah, start from the
Okay,
top. So you got Hamlin over here. So
I'm
Hamlin
going
versus
Hamlin.
Dillon. You got Hamlin. Okay.
Bush against Keselowski. I'm going Bush, just because he's Kyle Bush.
Remember, this is this week, so this is going to be Atlanta. Round one is
I'm going
Atlanta.
Kyle Bush. I'm
Okay,
going
so you got
Denny
Hamlin.
Hamlin.
Okay, so Denny Hamlin for that. Kyle Busch for here. Bowman
I'm
versus Logano.
going Logano.
Okay.
I'm
Wallace Suarez.
I'm gonna go with Bubba, but that's a 50-50. It's 50-50.
Pick one.
I'm going Bubba.
Okay. All right. Nemechek Berry.
Mmm. Josh. I'm going with Josh.
Okay. Elliott Dillon.
Oh, I'm going with Chase.
Okay. Chastain.
Chastain.
Bell Stenhouse Jr.
Stenhouse could be the wild card in that, but I can't see Bell. Got to go with him.
Okay. Briscoe Gregson.
Briscoe.
Priest Byron.
Ooh, Ryan Priest is starting to get his footing.
I'm gonna
So
say Byron.
I mean, you can't not say Willie B.
Exactly. I don't know why you're trying to think.
We
about this
literally,
one.
I try to give everybody the benefit of the doubt. I'm just saying.
We just finished. Where's my water at?
Oh, this is a good one. Blaney or Hocevar?
Blaney.
I'm going to go with Blaney too.
Yeah.
But you cannot knock. You can't count him out.
Larson, Reddick. Remember,
Woo!
restrictor plate race. Larson does not have good.
Yeah, I'm going Reddick.
Reddick. Okay. All right. McDowell, Allmendinger. McDowell.
He's a great.
Gives Haley.
Okay.
Haley.
What?
I'm saying Haley.
You crazy.
Haley's good at the restrictor plate. You got to remember round by round. Haley's good at restrictor plate racing.
I ain't got Haley might not finish.
Smith Cindric.
If I'm going with cars and it's probably going to finish, Gibbs I got finishing before Haley finishes.
I say Haley. I say Haley that one.
Cindric and I'm going Cindric.
Yeah.
Cindric has won at Daytona.
Busher
and
I'm actually gonna say Zane Smith for that one actually.
What? Yeah. Over Cindric?
Yeah, I'm gonna say Cindric.
We're talking about we're talking. Remember, you said it. Restricted plate people.
Zane Smith knows how to stay out of trouble. If his car doesn't give him issues, he knows how to stay out of trouble.
Does he have a win in restricted plate racing?
It doesn't. No. Restricted plate is a wild card.
So, but we still got. You just said it. So you got it. You said Haley was good at restricted plate, right?
He is. He's good at staying up front. Cindric has the power to stay up front, yes, but he also gets caught up in a lot more chaos versus Zane Smith.
Okay.
So I think Cindric Smith comes down to who can keep clean. Busher Gilliland.
I'm going Busher. Gotta go Busher. Busher been right there. No offense to. He said OJ said Zane Smith sucks.
He doesn't suck. He doesn't suck. He's
I'm
decent.
sorry. I'm not saying he sucked neither, but it's just the
Yeah.
fact that you just turn around and see that.
Hey
He said
man.
Haley is garbage this year. Reddick is not good lately. Who else? He said he got he has Hamlin and Larson for the in season tournament. Ooh. You know how hey,
Hamlin v.
hey, can you imagine if hey Slim? Hey, OJ, you might be on to something with that one.
Hamlin v.
Woo!
Larson. And what is let me see, what is round? The championship
Which one?
round is Indianapolis. Larson going to Indianapolis
Oh, I got that's a
for the
domination.
championship round would be crazy.
I think
That'd
that's
be
a cheat code.
crazy.
That'd be cheat code.
Um, looking through this bracket, who do you have going
All the way to the
to
end.
yeah. Who are your final two
Hamlin. I'm going with Hamlin. Bubba's
Eh,
my favorite, but I gotta go with. I'm going with
to win
Hamlin.
it all?
To win it all, hold on. Put Hamlin in. It's looking like. See, Larson has the talent,
Okay, here.
but I
I'll give
don't like his DNFs.
I'm gonna give you the list of tracks. Okay?
Okay.
Atlanta, restrictor
Mm-hmm.
plate, Chicago, street
Ooh.
course, Sonoma, road course, Dover, and then Indy. So you got restrictor plate, street course, road course, concrete, mile oval.
Because you got to think the person that's going to win Chicago Street Course is already on here. The guy who might win, Bowman. He might win again.
He got a lucky win last year, but besides the
Hey,
point.
what about the year before that?
SVG won the year before that.
What you right? My bad.
Uh
SVG
huh.
won the year before. Then it was Bowman. So that's what I'm saying. Between Bowman and SVG, you got. I ain't got Ty winning that, but Ty might come close. Ty's good at road courses.
Ty, which one? Gibbs or
Ty Gibbs.
obviously, but it wouldn't be Ty Dillon. Duh. That was dumb for me.
I
Duh.
mean, hey,
Regardless,
everybody got high hopes. Okay,
I was like, wait a minute.
everybody has a
Nah.
chance in
Ty
racing.
Ty Dillon is dead. Yo, Ty Dillon. Well,
If
then
he was
again,
to win
like I said, it's
Chicago
restrictor
Street,
plate. Denny can get caught up in something, but he also could not. So who
he
knows?
also could not. But I'm going with Hamlin and
Mm-hmm.
Byron as my two.
Hamlin v. Byron. Okay, I can
And I
see
got,
that. I can see
and
that
I
happening.
like Hamlin taking it all.
Hamlin v. Byron.
But Byron and Indy, I
I can
got to
see.
take Byron over Hamlin if it's at Indy. I'm going
Yeah.
with Byron over Hamlin.
Okay. So Byron's gonna win the in-season challenge for you.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Mind you, I'm not a Hendrick Motors fan. He said
Uh,
he said SVG is going to win all the road courses this year.
I need my boy Chase today to get a freaking road course win. This man won 7 in like a 2 3 year span. Now he's third overall of in all time road course wins. I need Chase to get back to it. What we need to do is give us some more damn horsepower. That's what we need to do. Give us 900
We'll get
horsepower.
there.
We'll
We'll
put
get
the
there,
car
Chase.
back in the driver's hands. But we'll get all that to another time. Anyway, um, so going through this, I'm gonna say who will be my final two? Going based off of Atlanta, two road courses, Dover. You're gonna hate me for this one.
Who you got?
You're gonna hate me for this
Who
one.
you got?
Don't
I
call
got.
me a homer. Don't call me a homer. I'm gonna have a Hendrick showdown.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm gonna say Clyde Chase Elliott versus William Byron going
Not
into
happening.
Indy. Yeah. Listen,
Not happening.
listen. Chase is good at Atlanta. Even he's good at
Yes,
restrictor plate
because that's his
racing.
hometown.
Doesn't matter.
Nah.
He's still good there. He's good at road courses. He might not win, but he's good at road courses. He's good at Dover. You know what I'm
So tell me,
saying?
where's Chase at? Chase, okay. So he beats
Chase
Austin Dillon. So
Chase
who does he
v
face
Billing.
next? So he
He'll chase
at
he'll
Atlanta, and then what he go next? He goes to Chicago, right?
yeah, then it's Nemechek or Barry. He's gonna win that one. After that, Sonoma. And then for there he'll face either Bell
Not
Stenhouse
being Christopher
Jr.
Bell. Not being Christopher Bell.
at Sonoma.
He's
That's
not
that's
being Christopher
that's
Bell.
gonna be the hard one. I don't know. Sonoma
That's
will
what I
be the
said. He's
hard
not
one.
going. I'm
But
sorry. The people's driver is not beating Christopher Bell. That's just my opinion.
if he gets through Sonoma versus I'm gonna say versus Seabell, then he'll go to Dover and it'll be Dover
He won
Denny
2 years
versus
ago in Dover.
Chase. Huh?
He won 2 years ago in Dover on a rain delay. I mean, rain out where
Who
they
did?
raced on that Monday. Chase.
Oh, so that's what I'm saying. is I'm
Won
gonna
in
say
2022, I think. Yeah, it was
I'm gonna
2022.
say it's gonna be Chase versus Willie B going to Indy, but I'm gonna say Willie B's gonna win.
Mm,
I'm gonna say Willie B's gonna win it, but I say it's gonna be a Hendrick showdown
Kids,
versus Clyde,
hey,
Clyde Elliott, and William Byron.
yeah. Those are you.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be a homer. You know how much I love Chase, but I gotta.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Listen, my boy Bubba's not gonna be making it past round. I say past round two. So
I don't see it. I mean, I don't see it happening. I don't.
nah, I don't see.
But I definitely got him getting out of the first round.
If Bubba, I see him get out of the first round. The farthest he'll get to is maybe round three, but he's
I
not
just think it's
making
the
it.
road courses that are in his way. Not saying he did pretty well at Sonoma last year, I think it was.
But can he get through Chicago is the thing. That's
Chicago,
the thing.
it rained there last year, didn't it?
It rained there
And the
last
year
year,
before that.
and Bubba has shown he's gotten a lot better since Tyler joined the team. But I don't see him outdoing Bowman in Chicago.
OJ, we about to switch segments. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I got you next time when you call in when you come in early. I got you, but we actually about to switch segments.
What happened?
Somebody wanted to call in.
Oh, oh,
So we about
that would
to
have been pretty
yeah,
cool.
yeah. So but we're about to switch segments and go to our next segment. So to wrap up the NASCAR segment, we've talked about truck race, we've talked about Xfinity, and we finished the Cup Series with Chase Briscoe getting the dub.
Yeah,
So now this coming, of course, we got the people's driver, Chase Elliott, at his home track.
yeah.
Obviously, he's favored to win, right?
Oh, you trying to preview next week?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, so next week is going to be interesting because okay, I want to start off with trucks before we get to Cup. I am excited for the truck race. I am over the moon for the truck race. Can you take a while? Guess why?
Please tell me why.
Come on, what do you think?
I'm really trying to think
We
on
going
why.
left and right, baby.
Oh, that's
Yeah, we
funny.
shifting gears. Come on, man. Lime Rock Park and the trucks. I love when NASCAR goes road courses.
Yeah, he's an open wheel guy, you guys.
No, I'm not an open wheel guy.
Yes, he is.
I like everything. I've been watching NASCAR, IndyCar,
You
F1,
can
sports
watch it, but you
car.
can have a favorite.
I don't know if I have a favorite. I like them all. Oh, because I got that in the background. If I show you my little
You got
stuff over
Echo
there,
Park. You got Lime Rock Park, and then you got
and they got in Atlanta.
Xfinity going to Echo Park.
Yeah, you got Xfinity and Cup are going to Atlanta. So we got road course racing on the truck side, and we got I guess restrictor plate speedway super speedway racing on the Cup and Xfinity side. So it's gonna be an entertaining weekend for sure.
OJ said he got Elliott winning Atlanta, Austin Hill winning Xfinity. I mean,
uh
Austin Hill dominates at Atlanta, then he goes and wins like two
man,
other races
I
right after that.
can't stand Austin Hill, but
Why
yeah,
not?
he's so
Why
damn
not?
good. I just don't like him.
Oh, but you like the other Georgia boy, but you don't like Austin Hill.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, Corey Haim is Corey Haim. We talked about that earlier. Corey Haim show.
but
When you go to the track,
this
it's
is a
Corey
road
Haim show.
course. This is road course, and to step into our sports car segment for a second, I'm gonna come back. Jordan Taylor from IMSA is gonna be stepping into the Spire number 7 car for this race coming up at Lime Rock this weekend. I
Ooh.
can't wait. I love when you see
He said he Bobby
sports car
Hill from
drivers.
King of the Hill.
What happened?
OJ said he don't like Austin Hill either. He is Bobby Hill from King of the Hill.
I love that. Yes, thank you. Yes, OJ is
Y'all
now my
wild.
favorite. Is now my favorite.
Tell him y'all
Shout
wild.
out, shout out,
Y'all
bro.
wild for that. But go ahead and finish it so we can get into this other
I'm just saying
segment.
I'm excited. That's all. I'm excited for Jordan Taylor to get into a truck series and show these boys how to take these trucks around the track.
So we got a lot going on. CW is going to have the Xfinity race on Friday
Yeah,
at 7:30 p.m. They switching the days. So Friday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, they're gonna be at Echo Park Speedway for Xfinity.
Yep.
Then Saturday at 1 p.m. on Fox, we got Limelight Rock Park. They will be turning left and right and shifting gears.
We have a
And
great
then
race.
Echo Park Speedway, there will be TNT
Saturday night.
for NASCAR.
Set.
So for Cup Series.
Yeah, man. It's gonna be a great weekend of racing. I'm excited for what NASCAR slate has coming up. It's gonna be awesome. I don't know if I could pick a winner for Lime Rock because that is a wild card, but I would say Corey Haim's gonna have a top five. That's the most out on a limb I can say. Hopefully, I can get a Spire 1, 2, Jordan Taylor 1, Raj 2.
Hey, I am cool
You
with
know,
Raj getting the two. I'm
you
cool
know,
with.
I
Hey,
would love to see,
man's in
our
the
boy
playoffs.
Raj.
Man's is in the playoffs.
Love to see it. Love to see it. So, but no, I'm excited for this. And Xfinity, that's gonna be a toss up. Austin Hill's a really good guess, but I don't want him to win. I'm really hoping JRM can take it. Maybe let's get Carson Kvapil a win or Sammy Smith. Let's get them a win, get them into the playoffs. So we'll see. We'll see on that one. And then Cup, yeah, that's a toss up right there, my boy. Who knows who's gonna win that one?
I can't wait to see it though. I can't wait to see it. But
Yes, we appreciate everybody. And
go ahead.
huh?
I said go ahead.
I would say before we wrap up, guys, anybody on the or everybody, say everybody on the Twitch stream. I appreciate the love. Joe, thank you so much for that raid. That was amazing. That made my night. Um, if you guys can stay tuned, we'll be back in a couple minutes because what we do is we do NASCAR edition first, take care of all that stuff, but we also cover other motorsport too. So what we're going to be doing is switching over and we're going to talk about the Watkins Glen 6 hour from this past weekend and the IndyCar race. Y'all can just stay tuned with us for what? How long you say? Smack about 5 minutes.
About 5 minutes. We're swapping back
About
over.
5 minutes. We'll be right back. You guys stay tuned. We'll be right back with a when anybody wants to talk a open wheel and sports car because that
Yeah.
is my bread and butter, and y'all can see me switch the wheels out.
And
Let me
OJ,
get that
I
started.
think. Do I think Raj could be in Cup soon? Possibly. Possibly. I don't know how that works if they're going straight from truck. Some drivers go straight from truck and go to Cup. Some go through the ladders.
I've
And
actually been thinking about it. That's a really good question, OJ, because you see Corey Heim has been getting a chance in Cup, right? Where where would Raj fit in?
that's the thing.
Because that's
That's
the
what.
thing is who can he drive for? Who has an
Yep.
open spot? He's not going to go and take that 44 car, that New York racing car. He's not going to go and take that one and ride in the back. There's no point. You know what I mean? It was nice to see him ride in Xfinity for a bit,
Yeah.
but I don't know. It's one of those things where I don't see a path for Raj right now to
You said
Cup.
replace Justin Haley. Mm,
I don't know about
I guess
replacing
it. I
Justin
think
Haley.
it's just in his own timing. That's how I look at it. It's in his own
Yeah,
timing.
I mean, I don't know if they're gonna make him take the obligatory Xfinity leap there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Um,
It might be a ladder, or they might just say, "Hey, boom, there you go."
and if they do that, he's gonna probably have to go to like who is a Chevy team. It's not gonna be. It won't be Junior. He's backed by Hendrick though.
Yeah,
Hendrick could either field a second car or slide him into JRM when Zilich inevitably goes to Cup.
of course. I always like the junior. Junior's my
I would
Xfinity.
love to see Raj go to JRM. Lord have mercy. That would be a day, boy.
But ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate y'all rocking with us for this
Yes,
NASCAR Pocono recap. Like I said, we'll be back in 5 minutes. So as the next video is going to load up, if you're watching this and it's not live, the next video should be rolling in real soon.
yes.
We're just getting some things done in production, and we're going to swap to our open wheel, which is the second part of our corner entry podcast
Open
where
wheel
we'll
and sports
discuss
car time.
for
Yes,
IMSA,
yes.
IMSA and IndyCar.
Yep. Thank you
So
everybody again. Joe, thank you so much again for the raid. And like I said, everybody, all 29 viewers I got on Twitch right now. Guys, thank you so much for the love and staying, lurking, all of that. Like I said, we'll be back soon
make
for
sure y'all follow
Open
us
Wheel
on all our
NASCAR.
socials at
Yes.
Smack Like That and Apex Hunting. And until next time, y'all keep it go smack mentality. Smack like that.
Peace, everyone. Appreciate y'all.
Thank you again, OJ, for coming through. We appreciate you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.